Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video, another entry in my video game journal series. In this one, episode 4, I'm playing Oxygen Not Included. The previous episode had, my mucking around in Timberborn. And I believe I mentioned in the video description that I would be playing Oxygen Not Included this time around. And I'm just going to show you my starting base here, and I call it a starting base even though I've shown it to a couple of people who are not really city simulation builders, or not people who play colony simulation games, and they find this all very confusing. But this is supposed to be a starting base right here. Everyone is supposed to be able to manage getting to this point in the game. Starting out from this small printing pod right here, and 3 colonists or 3 duplicants. Yes, and how many duplicants have we got? We've got 23 people here, so an additional 20, and we're on, or I'm on cycle 157 or day 157. So I'm just going to show you around casually this base on the edge of collapse here, and then I'm going to start a new game and erase all this. Because this is as far as I can make it without going into the sandbox mode, which is the god mode, where you can just spawn in resources and everything like that. And I've never actually tried moving on beyond this point, god mode or otherwise. So we'll see how it goes, I suppose. This is a lot more difficult than managing the beavers, because Oxygen Not Included has oxygen management, and the cyan or light teal areas right here is where there's a sufficient supply of oxygen. The blue areas is where there's a minimal or a minimum supply of oxygen, and the red areas, it's all carbon dioxide and nobody can breathe in it. So as you can see, the colony is kind of on the edge of disaster right here. Okay, as it has been for quite some time, and I have no idea how to fix this. So you start off with a printing pod here, and some rations in the ration box, which is now empty. The duplicants need to sleep, so we've got a barracks with some metal cots here. Very uncomfortable, I'm sure. There's supposed to be an upgrade for plastic beds, which I've never achieved, because I've never managed to gain a supply of plastic. Yeah, this takes a couple of hundred. This took me a couple of hundred hours to get good enough just to get to this starting base, and I have known for over a decade that I am not good at video games, but come on. This is a complicated nightmare, and I've seen games which are even more complicated, that are as difficult as engineering jobs, I suppose. Not that I would know anything about that, but anyway, we've got the barracks over here, we've got the outhouses over here, which, yes, the duplicants empty their bodily waste each day, and now they have to empty the outhouses right now. Because the compost facilities need filling. We've got some dead or dying plants over here. They're not growing anyway, and that is because of the temperature. The temperature which is leaked in from this warm biome over here, this warm region of the map, has decided to kill off the plants over here. So, got to watch out for that. We've got a few farms that are actually growing. We've got 3 different varieties of plants here. Got a few animals roaming about as well. They're not very happy right now because they're all well, attack poor wild critters. Yeah, sure. They're wild, as if. Okay, so they're all going to attack those, and hopefully gain some meat. Yay, they've got some meat. Okay. And then barbecue. So we've got the kitchen right here. The plants are all kind of named after bugs or part of bugs or turn into bugs. The Mimica bud will actually turn into a flying bug right here, and so it's all designed to give this general air of creepiness. We've got the manual generators right here, where the duplicants or colonists just become hamsters for a time. No, they just get on the treadmill and produce electricity. And yeah, I've got an entertainment facility down here. Water tends to spill over onto the floor, and hasn't managed to electrocute anyone yet, even though the wiring's right there. And got yes, got a jukebox here. Okay, got some more washing facilities for when the yes, some more washing facilities which rather than producing dirt, it produces polluted water. I'm supposed to have more of these because apparently there's this trick where more polluted water is produced than regular water is consumed, and that's supposed to provide that's supposed to provide enough water so that you never run out of water. I don't know. I've never tried that for myself because I'm always running out of copper ore to make these facilities. And this facility is for the cyborgs, the bionic duplicants, because they apparently have different plumbing arrangements than everyone else, which is very disturbing, actually. Okay, so is this an empty pipe right here? It is an empty pipe right here. So plumbing overlay. What's going on here? Okay, we've got this, which is broken up. Okay, this says the pipe is blocked. Okay. And there we go. That should start producing oxygen again, hopefully. What else? What else? Got the hospital here. Duplicants very rarely get injured. There's not really a lot of... there's no hostiles, just like in Timberborn and in Frostpunk. There's no actual enemies. The environment is the enemy. The lack of oxygen here is the enemy. And the temperature can also be the enemy, or it can be the friend. The friend of the duplicants, depending on what crops they have. Yeah. Okay, so... What else is going on here? You start off with an oxygen generator right here, where the algae, is there any algae here? Oh, there is one. There's a couple of spots of algae right here, which are supposed to be mined and collected and put into the oxygen generator, so that yeah, the oxygen generator can produce oxygen. But once all the algae is gone from the map, then no more oxygen. You can make a bit more algae with this very slow thing here from converting slime into the algae. Is it algae or algae? I don't know. I think there's two different variants right there, but anyway. Yes. So once the algae distiller and the algae on the map can no longer be relied on to produce oxygen, there's this little setup right here where we've got an electrolyzer that splits water into once it's piped into the electrolyzer, that splits water into its components of oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen being the lightest element in the universe will rise to the ceiling, and yes, a gas pump near the ceiling can then pump the hydrogen into the hydrogen generator to produce electricity, quite aside from the manual generators right here. And then a gas pump that is lower down can produce can pump the oxygen into the rest of the base for the duplicants to breathe. And yeah, the water supply goes out eventually. I'm still not entirely sure how to get an infinite water supply going. There's a trick for that. There's polluted water over here that can be converted into regular water. And what else? Got a couple of well, had a very small park right there, and then all of these facilities right here are for producing various things. Bionic duplicants require these require batteries, and these are the rechargeable batteries doing their recharging right there. And is there anything else that I'd like to show off? Well, no, I don't think so. Anyway, I'm just going to go to the main menu right here, quit without saving, and yeah, I'm going to start a new game, and it's going to be it's going to be a game in which the sandbox mode is turned on. And hopefully I will be able to progress a lot further in this than I ever have before, and then see what I've been doing wrong, and then do this again in survival mode, or rather the non-sandbox mode. Okay, so we have nails with decreased athletics. Oh, that's a bad trait to have. They don't move around as fast, so they tend to get trapped in places. Allergies, that's a bad one to have as well. Stress reaction. That's a bad stress reaction to have. They eat everyone out of their food supplies. So they don't like being in parks or well, anything with flowers. And then Kitchen Menace, decreased cuisine. No, that one's fine. Lindsay is handy. There's no problems with Lindsay. So Nails, Harold, and Lindsay. I can choose different duplicates just by pressing reroll. But considering that we're in sandbox mode, it shouldn't matter. So the colony is named Data Clubhouse. Ah yes, alert. The asteroid we call home has collided with an anomalous planet, decimating our colony. Rebuilding it is of the utmost importance. I've detected a new cluster of material-rich planetoids in nearby space. If I can guide the duplicants through the perils of space travel, we could build a colony even bigger and better than before. Okay, begin. So this is all I start out with, or any player starts out with, a bunch of, well, 3 duplicants, and in this starting biome right here, which has all the algae, and yeah. Okay, we've got a few warnings over here. No oxygen generator built, no outhouse built. Okay, some tutorials, text-based tutorials, and apparently a video tutorial right there. Now, I'm not sure how the audio is going to work once again. I've changed the settings because Timberborn, the audio was fine until I reached the main menu, and then I couldn't hear myself when I was watching my own video for editing purposes and everything like that. Well, not that I've actually edited anything. So yeah, you start with just the printing pod and the ration box, and then these crack tiles right here contain a variety of different resources such as mealwood seeds, and I'm going to continue until I have built an oxygen generator and gotten it running with the power. Okay, so the sandstone is being dug out and it's just piling up on the floor here, and the sandstone can be used to create well, they can be used to feed these hatches, and then they will produce coal out the other end. But yes. Okay, we're going to produce, designate some ladders to be made right here, and then the pitch pump can go here. Okay, and then okay, so there's some coal over here. There's a there's a shine bug over there, producing light, and a little bit of radiation, I suppose. And then furniture, we want the cots over here. There's a few consequences to not getting the, well, the consequence for not getting the oxygen generator built is that the duplicants are going to suffocate and die. We've got this oxalite rock right here. They've got this oxalite rock right there, but as soon that's solid oxygen essentially, but as soon as it sublimates into gas, then yeah, I'm just staring at the word sublimate right here. As soon as it sublimates into gas, then it will be the end of the naturally produced oxygen supply. So we'll go from oxalite to oxygen generators to slime-powered oxygen generators to water-powered oxygen. What is it? Water-powered electrolyzers and gas pumps. And that's the different stages right there. And then if we go up here, okay. Then we're going to have the outhouses. Oops, no, we're not going to have that. We're going to go to the medicine. Is this going to be too far away? Is this going to be too far away? They're going to have to lug the water supply up there. I would never know. Well, it's not that I would never normally do this, it's simply that it's an awkward arrangement with the water right here. Okay, so I've got a room set up here. A room is something that increases the morale bonus. So whenever a duplicant is in this room or has a room like this, where oxygen not included can identify, oh yes, there are only beds in here and it's sealed off with a door and there's nothing else that can be in here. Okay, well, not nothing. There's no conflicting buildings that are in here. Okay, sure, that's a barracks. Okay. And then Harold and Lindsay and whatever the other one's name is. Okay. Nails. Will get pleased with that, and then when they rank up with their skill points, okay, they can learn certain skills without being stressed out. And if they're stressed out, they can throw up on the floor, they can break things, okay, and they can just start crying instead of doing work, and various other things. Germs are also a factor in this, so germs can cause food poisoning, and that means, okay, washing, the duplicants washing their hands is a regular occurrence. Now, if I change the schedule right here, because otherwise they're not going to get this done. Alright, so now we can fast forward. And it's night time, so normally they would be asleep right now. But I've changed the schedule so that they can finish the outhouses. And also the pitcher pump. Yeah, see, there we go. They didn't even finish the third outhouse before having to run to them. And yeah, the consequence for not having an outhouse built is that they make a mess all over the floor, and generally when the base is small, they contaminate the water supply almost immediately. Okay, so then we change the schedule back to that. Okay. And then, what else were we doing? Make an electrical generator, I think. Okay, and this is going to be the research base. So, research station right here. Block that off right there. Yeah, right now I'm not wearing headphones, so I've got everything. I've got the audio on level 1 for my monitor right now, and I can barely hear anything that's going on. Okay, and then batteries. Here, and an oxygen generator here. Oh, and colony requires a food source, otherwise they will start to starve to death. Indeed. Okay. So how's the temperature right there? Okay, temperature's alright. Okay, there's a whole bunch of dirt up here. Okay, gonna need to those. Right, and then this is going to be built, the research station, because otherwise I can't research. Oxygen generator is built. The manual generator is running. The batteries are filling up. We're apparently at maximum gas pressure, so the oxygen generator is going to be shut off until the oxalite has all sublimated, and then dig deeper to get rid of this carbon dioxide that's piling up here, because carbon dioxide being heavier than air. Heavier than oxygen. It's surprising that this game doesn't actually do anything to do with the nitrogen. Oh, they're all tired. Okay. So if I didn't have the beds here, they would sleep on the floor. You're going to sleep twice in the same day. But, you know, they've built all this, they've earned it. wouldn't catch me being able to do all this in this same day. Another hatch. Oh, time for food, I guess. Time for those facilities. And washing their hands. Okay, yeah, they've got nothing to eat but nutrient bars right here. And okay, I suppose I'm going to continue until that little message is done, which will be after they're finished sleeping. And yes, they breathe, they drink, they... there's a problem here. Okay, they breathe, they breathe, they drink, they eat, okay, they excrete, and what else do? They communicate with each other, okay, they respond to stimuli. How are these simulations of life forms not actually life forms? Is the question that I have to ask. Okay. The only thing that they don't do is they do not they do not reproduce. And that's the only thing they don't do. They don't multiply. And of course they don't do anything unless I tell them to do it, I suppose. Well, aside from the breathing, the eating, the dumping waste and communicating part, they don't do anything unless I order them to do it. Which is why they're just standing around idling and jumping on ladders and jumping off ladders. Okay, so I suppose I will set you to digging some more. With your magic equipment that, even though I said that all they started off with was a printing pod and a ration box, okay, they actually start with this snazzy digging gear as well. But yeah, what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, the printing pod is a little bit strange. I mean, it's not... people were telling me it's some kind of wormhole generator, but that's not it. It's a 3D printing pod, like the holodeck in the first 2 seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation, the ones that Gene Roddenberry oversaw whilst he was alive. The holodeck, okay, yeah, the holodeck was a 3D printing device that could also transport via teleportation water supplies in, okay, which is why Wesley Crusher in the first episode is, well, yeah, he's absolutely soaked when coming out of the holodeck, because those are not particles of photons. It's not it's not all light games. Yeah, okay, squeamish cannot, skilled crop tending, okay, we'll start with you. Yeah. Anyway, the whole thing here is that the holodeck was able to produce these simple plants out of whole cloth, and but it wasn't able to produce human beings. That's actually a point of a later episode where what was it? Moriarty was trying to escape the holodeck. Now, if they had the same holodeck as in episode 1 and episode 1 of the Next Generation, then the crew would have easily been able to have fulfilled Moriarty's desire. But anyway, we've got a 3D printing pod right here, where just like your 3D printers, if you have them, I don't have one. I missed the opportunity to get one simply because apparently, well, I missed the opportunity to get one because I wasn't living in my own place at the time and I didn't have the room, and now I simply don't have the budget for it. Because, yeah, I'm just not smart enough for a lot of things, okay? And being able to make human beings out of a 3D printer is one of those things that is just out of my reach. Okay, I don't think I'll be doing that in my lifetime. Yeah. So, okay. Got the planter boxes researched. That's good. So, that's the food right there. And okay. Insufficient oxygen generation. Okay. Produced last cycle 106 kilograms. Consumed last cycle 168.9 kilograms of oxygen. Ooh. Not good. These little critters don't, you know, with the big teeth, they don't consume oxygen, so we're all good there. Okay, so this orange text right here is going to vanish very soon. As soon as I plug the mealwood plants down. There we go, it's all been and gone, and I think my goals for this video are now met. So thank you all for watching, if you are indeed watching, and yeah, next time I might be playing the what's it called, Ixion, managing the Tycoon. Might be playing a bit of Halo next time, I'm not sure, but yeah, I do know that episode 8 I'll be going back to Minecraft, but yeah, not entirely sure what I'll be doing next episode, because I'd like to yeah, do 7 different games. We're on the 4th, I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this and listening to me talk, I suppose. And yeah, I will see you next time, perhaps. Have a good day.